All right, our number of the day today is 17. So I want you to look down at the number line and see if you can find the number 17. I hear two words in there that give us a clue as to what that number is going to look like. I hear the number 7 and I hear the number teen. So it's a compound word. We remember that if we hear the word teen, it's going to start with a 1, and then we hear 17. So we know it's going to be a 1 and a 7. So we're going to write it. 1, 7 is 17. Now we can look in the ones place to decide if that is even or odd. So we're going to draw 7 to decide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have a dance partner, they have a dance partner, they have a dance partner. This guy is the oddball, so we know that the number 17 is odd. We could count by twos, 2, 4, 6 to get the 6, but we couldn't to get to 7. So we know that the number 17 is odd. All right, next we want to write the number word. Excuse me. So let's stretch out the word. 17. I hear two words. I hear 7 and teen. So the beginning of that word starts with what letter says S, E, V, N. So you hear that S, E, V, N. 7, and then it ends the same way as a lot of our other teen numbers. Is 17. T. E, two vowels go walking. The first does the talking and says its name, so it needs another vowel. T, E, N. 17. So now we can draw a picture of all 17 items so that we can use it for our story problem. Remember, with math and we draw a picture, we want to keep it simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right, now I want us to look at what number comes before 17 and what number comes after 17. So we found 17 on the number line. We can look at the number that comes before. If we were counting, what number would we say before 17? If you said 16, you would be right. And again, I hear teen, so I know it's going to start with 1. 16, so I know that's 1, 6. Now, what about the number that comes after 17? When I'm counting, and after I say 17, I would say 18. I hear the word teen, 18, and then I hear the word 8, 18. So if I was counting in order, I would start 16, 17, 18. Also, I could think of it if I had 17 jelly beans and I ate one of the jelly beans. Now how many jelly beans would I have? 16. If I took one away, I had 17. Now one is in my belly. Now I have 16 left. But if I had 17 jelly beans and my friend gave me one more jelly bean, then how many would I have? I would have 18. So I can use my number line to think about one less and one more as well. All right, now when I'm drawing my tally marks, let's remember for every fifth one, I'm going to cross over. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, cross 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, cross 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, cross 15, 16, 17, and I stop right there. I can count by fives, right? Each bundle is a bundle of 5. So I can count my bundles as bundles of 5, right? When I do tally marks, 5, 10, 15, and then count on by ones, 16, 17. All right, so next I want us to look at our 10 frames before we do our base 10 blocks. I want us to think about the number 17. What is that going to look like in my double 10 frames? Stop and think before I start. How many 10s are in 17? Let's fill it in and let's see if you're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's one 10 frame full, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we can look, we have one full 10 frame and then 7 more. So how many base 10 blocks are in 17? How many 10s are in 17? We have 1 10 and then how many ones? Because this 10 frame is not full, is it? So how many are in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 10 and 7 ones. All right, next we want to think about our number bonds and what that's going to look like. Remember, whole, part. So if I was going to break up my number 17, if I had 17 counters in this circle, and I put 10 counters, I move them like we practiced into this circle, how many would be left to move over here? If I could use my counters here to even think about it. If I moved 10 of them here, then how many more would I need to get to 17? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So 10 and 7, if I joined them together, they would make 17. If I started with 17 and I moved 10, my other part would be 7. All right, so let's think. All right, let's think about our story problem. If we looked out at the pond and we saw 10 turtles sitting on a log, we see 10 of them. I can picture them. I could use these counters to represent the frogs, couldn't I? Here's 10 frogs sitting on a log. Next, 10 turtles sitting on a log. Then here comes and they swim. 7 more turtles swim up to the log. Now the log, at first there was 10 and then 7 more came. So am I going to be joining those numbers or separating those numbers? I have more than what we started with, right? There were 10 to begin with, and then 7 more came. So now I need to join those, don't I? So I can join 10 and 7 more. I have how many altogether? 17. All right, well, what if there were 17 turtles on the log? Here they are, all on this log up here. Here's 17. Remember, I'm keeping it simple with math. I used simple picture. So here are my 17 turtles, but then 7 of them jump off the log and swim away. So what do I need to do with these 17? Am I joining or separating? I started with 17 turtles, but now 7 of them they jumped off the log and swam away. So I need to do what? I need to mark them out because I'm separating. So I know that I'm going to subtract because I'm making less. I'm taking those turtles away. So let's mark out 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then now how many do I have left? I'm going to start, remember, when it's easier to count when I start top to bottom, left to right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I started with 17 turtles, 7 of them jumped off the log and swam away, I have 10 turtles left on the log. Good job, boys and girls. That was our last number of the day, and we're going to be doing, starting tomorrow, we will be doing some other problems using different types of numbers.